Good evening and welcome to tonight's On the Edge with me, Theo Chalmers. Tonight's show is 2 hours long and once again we are live, so if you have any comments, questions or suggestions during the show, text them to us. Just text EDGE, a space, and then your name, location and your message to 87778 and we'll try to pick up on any that really hit the mark. They're all charged at standard rates, so why not get texting now? In tonight's show, I'll be talking with John James Harris, a man who has formally declared himself to be a freeman of England within common law, which has apparently opened up very many intriguing possibilities for him and for everyone watching. What a show we've got tonight. John, welcome.
Hi.
So, 2 hours we've got to explore this subject, so I think we can take a little bit of a breath and just find out a little bit about you to start with.
Yeah, I'm basically a carpenter, a builder. I'm self-employed. I really enjoy it as well. Really enjoy the building trade. Watched it get smashed to pieces, as most things have happened in this country. And not all good as well, a lot of the things that have gone on concerning the building trade. And one of the sad things about the building trade as well is it's the first thing that gets hit when things start to get a bit upset, if you like.
It certainly is being hit right now, isn't it?
Smashed to pieces, yeah. And it's, as growing up, I don't know, I just never fitted into anything. I never fitted any slot, if you like.
So would you say that you always questioned everything?
Yeah, questioned. I just questioned. I thought it was me. I thought there was something wrong with me. And they thought there was something wrong with me as well.
Who's they? Teachers? Parents?
Yeah, everybody. They just... Everybody, you know, there's something wrong with you, pull yourself together, you know, there's nothing wrong, there's nothing... And it was like, already without even knowing what a conspiracy was, it was like I was living in one. I didn't even know what conspiracies were.
What, living in the Matrix?
No.
No?
Yeah. A lot of people reference to what we talk about to the Matrix. It's one of the ways of dismissing what we say, and a very clever way of doing it as well.
OK. Well, that wasn't my intention.
But it's it's quite a clever way of doing it. No, yes, definitely a world of illusion, without doubt. A world that is very much one thing that we believe it to be, but actually operates in a completely different way.
Well, let's just go back into you as a person on this journey for a moment, if we can. What I'd like to explore with you is, you know, OK, you felt different.
Yeah.
You asked questions.
Yeah.
How and why did you start discovering things, and what did you start discovering? What were the things that you first of all became aware of that kind of set you on the path to becoming a free man?
I suppose one of the first things that ever struck me was the fact that I just could not be successful in business no matter what I tried. It was like I was just not meant to do it. And I just couldn't do it. And it was strange, and I could never work out why. There was never a reason. And I went to do a job. I was working for a company, and I went to cut a roof, pitch a roof down local to us. And there was a lad there who went to university, and he gave me a film to watch. He said, just have a watch of this film and just see what how you feel about it. So it was Loose Change 2, obviously about 9/11.
Right, of course, yes.
Up to that point, up to watching that film, I was completely oblivious, and I still was after watching it the first time.
What, it just went over you?
Yeah, OK, there's something going on here. So I watched it again, and there was one bit that stuck in my mind, was a camera. And the camera was hundreds of feet off the floor. It was in a building adjacent to the towers as they were burning. When the towers came down, the camera shook before the towers came down. So it just said, I just said to myself, well, there must have been an explosion. That's all it did amount to, that something must have exploded before the towers. And then being in the building trade, thought to himself, well, what could explode? In that building, what could explode? Couldn't really find, in my own reasoning, that anything that could explode to that magnitude that would destroy a building of, that size.
110 stories?
Yeah, big building.
Or two of them.
I got caught up in that for a little bit. I got kind of gatekeepered. Do you know the term gatekeepering?
Explain what you mean by that.
Gatekeepers are like, if you get something like 9/11 where there's a lot of controversy concerning the official version of what happened, and then people start to come forward and give their versions of what happened. 7/7 exactly the same.
Well, we've done programmes on both those subjects.
Yeah. So what the official version is not what the people who really experienced what was going on and experts in the field, blah, blah, blah. OK. So you've got a lot going on inside people trying to cover things up. So the easiest way to do it, because there's obviously some form of cover-up going on, who it's by, I ain't got a clue. I don't want to anticipate. I don't want to say anybody's behind it. I don't believe it's terrorists for a start. I don't believe in that Al-Qaeda or whatever. But what I do know is something went on. And so they start a thing called a conspiracy theory, which is great, because the second you talk about it, someone will label you nutter. And it happens every time. No matter what you talk about, the Freemasons, 7/7, anything you want to talk about, if you're talking about something that's locked into the word conspiracy, then people will label you as being a nutter and what you're saying has no value whatsoever. So they create the conspiracy, and then they get people to get trapped in the conspiracy. And what happens is you just go round and round in circles.
And this is the gatekeeper thing.
Yeah, the gatekeeper is, because it doesn't matter if someone comes in and, like, anyone could come in and say to you, right, I've seen this, come and have a look at it. Oh, no, I'm just going to keep going round and round in circles because we're finding information out. Well, what you're finding out is what happens. This hit that hit that, blah, blah, blah. OK? The only two important questions to ever ask is who and why.
And perhaps who benefits.
Exactly, but who and why? Because there must be a reason who's benefit from why, you know, an atrocity like that would happen. The same as 7/7. So when you realise what happened in law after that, and that we got terrorist laws, quite draconian terrorist laws in both countries after both events. Mm-hmm. But when you look at them laws in a different way, you see that they developed a law to protect you from something that they say exists, when the real actual fact of the matter is they developed a law to protect themselves from you when you find out what really did happen. And what's happening worldwide is people are finding out what really did happen, and they're not using their thoughts to do it anymore. They're using realisation, feelings. So they're saying, I feel something happened.
Oh, this is very interesting. Is this like the fact that, you know, people resonate with the truth? That they have a visceral...
The truth does resonate
visceral resonance with the truth, far more than being intellectually told something.
Yeah, but if you're going to cover something up, then you create lies. And you lock them lies in knowledge. And then what you teach people to do is to use knowledge to control knowledge. Now, the world is abound with knowledge, but there's no wisdom. And if you use wisdom to control knowledge, your wisdom will separate the knowledge from the lies. It will separate the truth from the lies and allow you to keep it. But you've got to have the recognition of that yourself. It's no good me saying to you, this is the truth. You've got to realise it's the truth in yourself.
So, of course, everyone's got to find their own truth.
Absolutely, and we all walk different paths.
That is not a given, is it, that everyone's truth is the same truth?
No, of course it's not.
Which is a difficulty, isn't it? If, for instance, you are, shall we say, a conspiracy theorist.
Well, no, not everyone's
and I don't think that is a dirty
truth.
word, but
no,
if, say you were a conspiracy... I mean, the thing about 9/11, for instance, and 7/7 and so on, is that there are several theories which are not the official theory of what happened on that day or those days. So which of those alternate theories should one believe?
That's the point. It's locked away. You're using lies and knowledge. Because all you're concerned about is the theories, which the theories are what happens. Forget what happens, it's why it happens and who did it and for what reason. That's all you need to worry about. And the realisation within you will tell you that it was done for a specific reason. What happened occurred afterwards. Classic. It's all theatre. It's illusion. It's the classic way that any illusion was performed on a stage when theatre first hit the world.
Magic tricks.
No, it's not magic tricks.
Well,
it's
like you
illusion.
mentioned when